What are some of your favorite numbers recently out of Nikola Jokic? Anything just absurdly stand out to you?
I just think the efficiency of the shooting's been ungodly, and stuff that we haven't seen before in this league, especially from someone that doesn't just dunk the ball all the time. Just I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. I mean, the numbers are the numbers. And then on top of that, I just think the minutes, to be honest, has been good for us, keeping them down a little bit in the lower 30s, which I know won't be the whole season. But what he's doing right now statistically with the minutes he's playing and the efficiency he's shooting the ball is, it's second to none.
And then you bring Giannis in or Valanciunas in, and it's the same thing, right? And you've talked about that a couple times, David. That he's playing 16 minutes and he'll have 15 points and 6 rebounds. The efficiency from that position, from starter to backup, has got to be as high as any time in the league anywhere with the starter and a backup.
Yeah, and also, I mean, tale as old as time. If you can post up a guy on the road, it calms everybody down. When the Clippers go on a run or whoever we're playing, and have a backup center you can just turn out, throw the ball inside, and let him take his time and score baskets is such a big deal for your defense, for your emotions. Having both those guys is a blessing. And then just the overall leadership, of both guys, just their approach to the everyday, process of what this is has been so impressive. So, yeah, we're really lucky to have Jonas. I wish we had Giannis, by the way. But no, yeah. but no, both guys have been so impressive, Scott, and it's a credit to what they've done in their careers and the preparation part of it. And like I said, to have both is incredible. To turn my back and say, hey, Nicole has to come out and put Valanciunas in the game it's a good feeling.
And you've talked about this also with Jonas, the ego. I mean, this guy started in the league for the past 10 years, basically, right? I mean,
Yep.
and it just he's an egoless player, which when you talk about what you guys are trying to build with character, you added four guys really that. I mean, Bruce Brown, Hardaway, Johnson, Valanciunas, all four of those guys are they play with humility, professionalism, and egoless.
Yeah, no, it's 100% correct. And they're guys that have been through a lot in their careers, and they've seen the highs of an individual career where they were starters. Bruce has seen a championship. The other guys, multiple playoff experiences. So it's, when you add veteran guys, it's not just about adding veteran players. And that's where I give Ben and John a lot of credit. It's not just the names, it's how they fit. And all these guys fit because they just want to win. And the process of winning is hard in this league. So it's, so far, I mean, we're only 11 games in, but these guys have all been so impactful, and they've changed a lot of the narrative of who we are, and they've allowed me to, mess with the rotations and keep minutes down.
Coach, Nikola is obviously capable of going for 50 more often than he has over the course of his career. Do you feel like he makes a very intentional decision when he has a night like that, hey, my teammate's tired, we got in late, 2:00, whatever it might be. I just feel like tonight's the night that I have to do this.
I actually look at it like what the stats actually are, the fact that we hadn't won a game, that he scored 50, I don't think is a mistake, because I think when we're at our best, the ball is popping. And last night was a night where I didn't think a lot of the guys had a lot of juice early in the game. I think he felt that, and there's a reason why we're only down 5, at the half, is because of him, the scoring. And then I thought as the game went on, he still scored, but I thought the ball started to pop. The defense was much better. I don't think it's intentional not to score. I just think it's the knowledge of if he is scoring and he's having to work that hard to get baskets and other guys are not, there is an effect, on the whole group. So the guy is, a basketball savant, and he feels out every game as he does. But I do think that we are better when the ball pops and he has 15 assists as opposed to 50 points, because it means the whole team's playing well.
Go ahead, Scott.
And well said right there. Yeah, we've talked about defense too, and you guys are rated real high. A little bit of a struggle early, but then all of a sudden that second half, that defense kind of turned it around, and I thought really helped you win the game. They're an older team, I get that, but boy, it felt like they got worn down eventually. And your start of the third quarter with two starters gone, you got two starters leave the game injured, so you're starting the game with backup guys, and in fact one guy that didn't play but 1 minute in that first half, I think. And that defense to start that third quarter, I thought was outstanding.
It was, and I thought, we trended throughout the night with our team defense being better. We were really aggressive on the ball with James, as you have to be, such a great player. But I thought the other guys, their, intensity to be there, to get there early, impact the ball, the roller, the fly around, just making the extra effort to contest. And if you couple that with making shots, it leads to a 43-22 quarter. So it was cool to see, and we really have gotten better defensively. And it's the NBA, so it's not going to be every night. But if your effort's there every night, your intentionality's there every night, you give yourself a chance. And the guys did that in the third quarter.
All right, what is the update? What can you share, if anything, about Cam Johnson and Christian?
I actually have not heard. I'm waiting to hear. I'm very nervous to hear.
Okay.
But I know they're getting imaging today, both guys. So I'll find out, and we'll go from there. I will say this. Last night makes you feel better about the fact that if guys have to, miss some time, we have people that can step in and be professional about it, and we'll change the rotation, and guys that haven't played will get an opportunity.
All right, so we're waiting on some news from that. So did both those guys, just to double check on this, both those guys got things checked out today as well as last night, or was that just they got checked out last night and you're just waiting for results?
Well, today is more professional checkout, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
You go through actual imaging, things like that. They got checked out just as anybody would last night, and just want to make sure we know exactly what's going on with them, so we can do the best things for them going forward.
Okay.
By the way, the hotel we're staying in, David, was shut down for a while for a remodel. What I can tell, and I'm sure your room's special too, the remodel worked. But it's kind of nice if you're going to have a day off to look out your window and there's a sandy beach and sunshine.
I mean, I don't want to tell my wife that, so that's. But yeah, it's been really. It's a nice hotel. It's a good place to be on an off day. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
you're unlike me. You're more professional, and I sat out down on the veranda by the pool and put the ocean in my background and FaceTime my wife.
Yeah, okay, Scott. You're Ryan. So you're telling a guy with two young kids, hey, hun, you wouldn't believe how the beach looks today. It's amazing.
I got a young kid.
How the kids doing?
I got an 11-year-old.
Hey, all I can tell the people back home is it's cloudy here. It's cloudy and gloomy.
It is a little overcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
But about 73 outside, so just keep that in mind.
Well, it's about 73 out here right now in Colorado.
It is awfully nice here.
It's gorgeous here, and it's sunny, and blah 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 blah.
They call that thing right there the Pacific.
All right, maybe we're done with Coach Adelman as it turns out. By the way, how is it an unusual thing on the road to have a total day off? That after a game, you're on the road, you're not traveling, you're not practicing, it's just done. I mean, how valuable are these type of days, I should ask?
I think they're good, for our mental day. And, the decision to stay was just to not add 2 more flights and the whole process of the bus ride and all that. So I think it's good for the guys to honestly get away from each other or hang out with each other, whatever they choose. But you can kind of take a break mentally and get back at it, going to Minnesota. So it's that's part of this whole thing. You can't just be in this all the time. You've got to be in the moment of doing something else sometimes to, have success in basketball. It's a long season. Everybody needs a break.
Hey, by the way, I'll get one last basketball thing for you. Spencer Jones, love it. Love the minutes, love the defense, loves what he gives you out there. And I don't know if we could have expected that before the season started, Coach. That's been really cool, Spencer Jones.
Yeah, and I think too many times we talk about change of pace basketball players that are offensive players. There's guys that can change of pace defensively, and that's what he does. He makes the game faster for teams in the sense of he speeds them up, and he's got great hands, and he sits down and guards. And it's hard to find guys like that kind of say, this is who I am. I'm going to space the court offensively, and I'm going to guard full court the whole game, give all my intentionality to it. So very proud of Spencer. He's earned the opportunities. So hopefully that continues.
All right, you know what? I lied.
All I know is Harden was 1 of 6 in the second half.
There you go.
I just throw that out there.
We were remiss to not ask you about this before. The Latin phrase. We haven't talked to you about that yet. And why that was important for you to put that in the practice court. I'm not great on Latin. It's age quod agis. I'm probably butchering
Nailed
that.
it.
Yeah, probably not.
No, it's pretty simple. It's just, do what you were doing, which actually is deeper than it sounds. And all it is, and I grew up around this, the school I went to, the coach that kind of, taught me the game, that was part of what we were. And all it was just do what you were doing in the moment and don't be 3 different places at once. Just be in one place. And I mean that in the sense of you go home, be with your family. If you're playing basketball, play basketball. And I know it sounds simple, but it's hard in today's world. Just to center yourself and just think about what you're trying to do and do it the best you can. Because you fail, you succeed, whatever. But give it your best effort. I know, and again, it's simple, but I do think it translates in today's world more than ever. And it was something that I grew up with, and I believe in it. I don't know if it gives us wins or losses, but I do know that it means something to me and hopefully to the players.
I heard another part of that was if you're at the beach, go to the beach, coach.
Yeah, right.
Dip your
Or go watch film.
Yeah.
ass in the sand, toes in the water.
Yeah.
Hey, last thing I'm going to say, because you coached high school basketball. I coached a little high school basketball, and I said this after my experience of coaching high school basketball. I think we had a high attitude of ourselves for a while in the NBA and coaches and everything. And I understand there's a process, and you spent a lot of years on the bench and everything else. But I always said this, and I just want to see if you've thought about this also. Real coaching happens at the high school level. And you even brought that up last year, having to deal with different things and emotions and family stuff. And you really have to deal one-on-one with the players and when you're a high school coach. But it's not really a whole lot different when you get to the NBA. And I think coaching got away from that for a while, and I don't feel that's what you're doing. I think you're trying to be involved and at least try to understand what some of the guys are going through in their lives.
Yeah, I think it leads to, when times are tough, times can be easier because you know each other. And you know that I'm saying this because I care about you and I want you to succeed. And I also think at that level, you really learn to coach. And you have to have a base of how you teach fundamentals and what you really believe in, because the talent level isn't as high as up here. And so if your base fundamental teaching is poor, your team will lose. And I think it did help me learn my voice and, more importantly, learn what you don't know. So when you get to this level, you're exactly right. It doesn't change in the sense of team building, culture building, and then just, believe in what you believe in and teach it that way. And simplicity wins everything if you teach things correctly. And you learn some really tough lessons down at that level because that level is hard. You're exactly right, though. Knowing those kids, what they're going through, they're becoming men, and being part of that process is like nothing else. And it does prepare you, to succeed at a higher level. It really does.